Which of these 0-3 teams will visit the win column for the first time? We'll see. We're underway here in Week 4. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go. 90, Wolf. 54.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, D. General West.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Hey, Roy.
Right there. 54, right there. 54 miles.
On 3rd down, here's Graham. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Ready to break.
Mike's 50. Watch the run.
Roar, hard. Rush in. Go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Don't say nothing.
No. Go.
They go play action with Graham. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now Graham. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 18-yard line. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. 3rd and 2. Now Graham. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On the set, 50, Mike, 50.
Coming to you, coming to you.
On 1st and 10, Young. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Oh, here we go.
Young throwing again. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. On the ball.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Safe. Hayward.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Yeah, that's what I do. Go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Third and long for Young. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
We play to win. Let's go.
At the Vikings 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Leo. What twist? What?
They'll run on 1st down. Peyton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Go, 70, Indy. Bravo.
Hey, what's that? Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 1st and 10, it's Graham. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Let's go.
Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Seibert on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score. Packers 14. Vikings nothing. Austin Seibert set.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll run it with Williams. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Vikings, nothing.
Here we go. If you run it. I can't believe they even let you play.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Williams, not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
You better bring it.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Young, he'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check 50. Here we go. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
I'm coming.
Young on 3rd down. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? Here I come.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Young looks to throw on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Young off the play fake. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That throw by Young incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, No flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Ready up.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Shoot.
First down. Here's Graham. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Young. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Young on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Throwing, Young. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15.
Set, ready, 18, Gator. Go, go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Allen, the intended receiver. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. you got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They begin the drive with Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Matt Weil now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And from their own end zone, it's a fake, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets them a 1st down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, we got the wall. 49. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
The play fake. Now Young. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Stephon Diggs. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
66. Pull it. Half. Slam. Short. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Final play of the half, Young. They're going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Watch out.
Again, it's Williams. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
From the 41, Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they just get the play off. Now Young. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Down. 10 Lobo.
Watch it, you fine. Got you. I got you, son.
Topper. Ready?
Now Graham to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Here's Graham to throw it. He's got Allen. And I think the ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Evans coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players than football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Let's bring it. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
From the shotgun, it's Young. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Oh, you got D? Hey.
Young working out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Young to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3 down. 3 down. 50, Mike, 50. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Here's Young from the shotgun. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They run it again with Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Shut up.
Now Bell. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
My 50, my 50. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Out, 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 out.
Again, it's Bell. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Check 99. Check 99.
Here we go with Williams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 6 yards. I got double tight. Double tight.
Here's Bell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And a field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Here we go. 50, 50. Mike 50.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Now Young throwing on 4th down. And it is incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
60 or.
So we got man. Check. Flag now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. An even 90 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up
It's
significantly,
skyrocketed.
right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Set to kick off.
4 Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So after 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll try to throw now. Young. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Let's go.
A good pickup there, a 22. This quarterback now just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Williams. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. Out of the gun, it's Young. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
We play to win. Let's go.
Ready, ready. 90 Wolf. Watch 54. White Alpha.
Get in the way with it. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. You're trapped. Mike's 54.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. You gonna take. You got take. 5.
Now a handoff working right. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Sam off.
They'll throw on 1st down with Graham. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 2. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were really helped by their defense.